very difficult to be a woman in our country. From eve teasing on the streets to online bullying, from office harassments to domestic violence, moral policing by random people, abuses, taunts. We can't even book a cab in peace. Surely there must be something that we can do about it. Which is why today we're going to have a talk with the Additional Commissioner of Police Crimes and SIT, Ms. Shikha Goyal, who is going to help us answer a few pressing questions that all of us women want to ask the police. Before we begin, let me just tell you that I'm a little bit scared of the police, even though I have not committed any crimes yet. I am sure this is the fear that most of us also have, most of our viewers also have. So the first question is, how easy or difficult it is for us to approach the police whenever we as Indian citizens have a problem?
The first thing I would like to say is that you need not be afraid of the police. We are basically a people-friendly police. We would want only the criminals to be afraid of us and not the normal citizens. So that is the first thing. As far as approaching us is concerned, the easiest way is to dial 100. And in Hyderabad city, our patrol cars reach the incident place within 5 minutes.
Right. So even if you don't want to step into a police station, there are ways to contacting police.
Definitely there are ways to contact the police, and I would also say that please do visit our police stations. The Hyderabad police stations are really nice, people friendly, and the experience which you have in the police station would be very pleasant, to say the least.
Moving on to the topic that every woman faces at one point or the other, and that is eve teasing. So groping at public places, crowded places. It is actually so bad that one time a friend of mine was traveling through train, and a guy sitting on the top berth, he took his pants down and started going at it, looking at her, and there was nothing that she could do. She was like, when things like these happen, you're so angry and helpless at the same time. So when something like this, when a woman is at the receiving end of eve teasing, is there something that can be done at that particular point?
Definitely. First of all, there is a Hawkeye called app of the Hyderabad City Police. I would suggest that every lady, every woman, every girl should download this app. It's a very extremely simple app and is very, very user friendly. And with this app, you can get in touch with the police with just a press of a button. And your location goes to the nearest patrol car, and within no time, the police would be at your doorsteps. It also has facilities where you have some numbers which you have pre-fed into it, and those numbers are also intimated if there is any issue. And as I said earlier, dial 100 is always there. I would also advise girls to have a little bit more courage and also have a little bit training on self-defense techniques.
In some cases, maybe police will not register an FIR and be like, chalo, warning deke chhod dete hain ladke ko. Perhaps cases like these happen. So what happens if the police refuses to file an FIR?
All our policemen have been really sensitized now to be very, very proactive in this field, and also ensure that if there is a complaint, to take action. There are a number of cases where the complainant herself would only want somebody to be warned and let off. And in other instances where it is more grave and where there is a need to take legal action, that is taken.
Unfortunately, the reason why most of the women do not reach out to the police is because their family doesn't support it, because they believe that family ki izzat line pe aa jati hai, and that's the thing. So you think that's something to worry about when you have to approach a police officer?
That concept needs to go off. The girl or the child who is a victim of a crime or eve teasing or any kind of harassment is not at fault. It is the person who has done the offense is at fault, and there is no question of any honor or anything. We need to remember that 99% of times the boys who do eve teasing are not hardened criminals. They are misguided, or maybe there is this image of being macho, or maybe they consider it as part of growing up. If we don't take any action, if we don't report, if we don't even stop them, a number of times just raising a voice at that point itself might deter the boy from any time doing it again. And if they need the police action, would definitely deter him and prevent things from going out of hand, or that individual trying to internalize it as something normal and indulging it in and again and again. So it is very important that we do report such crime.
These days, our preferred medium of transport is cabs, shared cabs, and unfortunately, those are not safe as well. So, in case if you are in a cab and something like that is happening, if you think that situation is about to go wrong, is there a number that you can dial, or is there a message that you can send? Can we turn on the live location and send it to someone from the police department or someone we know, something like that? What do you think?
One I would tell you is that recently we've launched a campaign against harassment in public transport, which involves the RTC buses, it involves the metro, it involves the cabs, the autos. There's self-vigilance is the most important, and not to panic in a situations when it happens, because at times people get so panicky that they even forget how to dial a number or something. So that kind of a courage you need to have in a situation. That is very important. But once you've done that bit, be rest assured that the police will be wherever you are in the shortest possible time.
Your go-to number is 100. Because of Hollywood, we know that the number is 911. In India, we're trying to dial 911, but it's not. And our Bollywood films do not project that. So the number is 100. So if you think something is going wrong, please dial that number. So moving on from harassment outside to issues inside our house, domestic violence. Even today, there are girls, there are women who are facing domestic violence. If not physical, at least verbal, dowry cases. And most of the times, girls do not speak up. They suffer in silence because they don't want their parents to suffer or worry. So in those cases, ma'am, can the police help?
Police is bound by law to help in all these cases. Harassment, domestic violence, dowry cases are registered in the police stations, and legal action is taken as in those cases.
So in some scenarios, maybe it doesn't have to go as serious as a legal action. You might, because after all, it's the husband that we're talking about. Something that happened with my maid recently. She didn't want her husband to be like behind the bars. So what does the police do? What are the measures to be taken if someone?
Yeah, the first thing, wherever there is a marital dispute or a marriage case which involves in like this, is that we put them through professional counseling. That is the first thing. Only when the counseling fails, or if initially itself the woman insists that she would want legal action and is not interested in counseling, then we register a case straight away. But there is no need to keep suffering in a relationship just because of some social pressure.
Offline harassment to online harassment, sending obscene photos, passing lewd comments, swearing. I mean, humans for some reason tend to show how low they can stoop, especially when they have anonymity online. So I know you can report that comment, you can block that person, but are there any specific scenarios where police can also be involved?
As far as online harassment is concerned, there are specific laws to deal with this problem. If there is any obscenity, if there is any harassment, any stalking, anything which is happening, then the girls can complain. We not only delete the offensive post, we also take criminal action, and the person can go behind bars, because we can find out from the post the IP addresses and all, and we can trace the person.
There's one thing that saddens me is that whenever there's a crime happening, people around it don't report. There was an incident recently in the newspapers wherein a woman was so weak, she was just lying on the street, and there was a man who was drunk, and he was raping her in broad daylight. There was an autowala who recorded that incident and put it up online, and none of the people walking around had reported it. So is there something that we can do to be vigilant citizens, so that we report the crime when it's happening and not worry about, say, being late to office or being late to college?
Whenever any crime is happening in front of you, it is your duty to inform the police about it. Unless and until the citizens come forward and report, it would be very difficult. It is essential to help the victims. From the police side, what I can assure is that you would not suffer any harassment. At times, people don't want their names to come out. They would not be revealed. The identity can be kept secret, and there would be no subsequent legal formalities which are required from your side. We are very, very friendly in that manner, and we would ensure that you are not put to any trouble if you help any victim of crime at any point of time.
So if we see something that's happening, we just dial 100 and we inform them.
Dial 100 is the best thing to do, yeah.
All these things that we have discussed so far, eve teasing, of office harassments and all that, Is it just like a action reaction case wherein we wait for something wrong to happen and then we report it to the police, or is it something that the police is doing to prevent it? Like for example, on because these days the moral policing is on the rise. People seem to molest or attack girls just because they're not wearing the right clothes or they're at the wrong place. Like on 1st January 2017 in Bangalore, a group of girls who came out of the pub after celebrating the New Year's Eve, they were just molested by guys for no reason, and there were 1,500 policemen on the road at that time, and they couldn't prevent that incident. So, do you think anything like a prevention scenario, any things are being done by the police to ensure that none of these things happen in the first place?
Lot of preventive work happens. We are doing a lot of awareness campaigns. We go to schools and colleges. We are also giving self-defense techniques, training to girls so that they become a little more confident while they are moving around in the city or in different scenarios. We have also launched an online campaign against sexual violence or any kind of violence against women and children on May 7th in the city. Besides this, the SHE teams, as I told you, when they move incognito, this is the purpose is for taking preventive actions.
Incognito mode means having police officers dressed as like civilians and
yeah, it's dressed in mufti. They're dressed in mufti and move around in the city. Wherever we've identified hotspots in the city where eve teasing happens. It's also a dynamic phenomenon. We keep on changing depending on wherever we come to know. We also record the incident and then reveal our identity and pick up the people.
One last question. We all know that you have been doing great work, especially as a part of SHE teams. So please tell us a little bit about what Bharosa is all about and how is it really benefiting women, especially in Hyderabad.
Bharosa is a victim support center which is established about 2 years back in the city of Hyderabad. All victims, women and children who are victims of crime are the ones which are handled at the Bharosa Center. It's a holistic place where we take care of their legal requirements, their psychological requirements, the police investigation, the rehabilitation, the relief. We also have a child-friendly court inaugurated just about in the month of April. Therefore, where the children who are victims of crime, their trial happens here in a completely child-friendly environment. They are not exposed to the accused any time. Child sexual abuse is a serious problem in the country. And the even bigger problem is that most of these offenses happen by people who are known to the persons, and therefore the reporting of such crimes is very limited. We've been launching campaigns to encourage people to approach and report such crimes, because unless and until they are reported, there would be no deterrence and the people would be encouraged to indulge in them again and again. It's a very serious offense. So it is one of those things wherein if you know some child is being suffering from this thing and we don't report, action can be taken against the person for not reporting also.
Thank you so much for keeping Hyderabad safe for us, and thank you for making out time for this video.
It was a pleasure.
And before we leave, what is the one message that you want to give as a woman to all the women who are watching? What are the precautions that we need to take as Indian women to be safe?
I would only say that the girls need to be confident. You should be well educated, financially independent, have the courage to face the world, and remember that any crime or anything which happens is not your fault, and you need to get over this kind of guilt feeling, and also be assured that if there is a crime, you can always report it, action would be taken, and we would help you come out of it and lead your life normally in future.
So that was Miss Shikha Goyal for you. If you want to reach out to her or SHE teams, you can dial these numbers or reach out to them through their website. All of the links are mentioned in the description. As you know, The Urban Fight is a health and fitness YouTube channel. But we believe that before achieving physical fitness, it is important to be mentally sorted first. But as we just discussed, if you're a woman, achieving that peace of mind is difficult. So in case there's something bothering you, or if you're stressed about something, please speak up. Reach out for help to your family, to your friends, because you, my love, are important, and so is your health. On that note, this is me signing off. If you've liked this video, share it with your friends and hit that like button. I make videos every Monday, so if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. I promise to see you again next week. Until then, keep fighting the urban fight to be fit.